Dean, I mean, you kind of spoke about wanting to head into the break on the back of a win, so I guess frustration probably the overriding emotion from today?
Yeah, definitely, because it was an inconsistent performance for 25 minutes with some of the best football we've played this season. We've had some big chances that we didn't take as well. You know, and then for whatever reason, 15 minutes either side of half time, we looked like we were lethargic, we looked like we lacked a little bit of energy, and never got close enough to cause them enough problems when they had the ball and to win it back. And you know, I think that's been one of the common themes since I've been at the club, that we need to be better at getting the ball back. You know, and that was, you know, the biggest problem today and my biggest frustration really. We just show it in spells. You know, from 70 minutes onwards, I thought we would go and get the winner. I think Max has had a chance, and Els had 2 or 3. You know, where we should be hitting the target and should be scoring. And then we'd give a very silly goal away where we lack the fundamentals at the end. That
inconsistency, I think people, and you said it there, it's been a little bit too consistent in many ways in terms of your performances. How do you go about rectifying that? And also, what do you attribute it to? Is it just the youthful nature of your squad? Is it?
No, I think there's mitigating circumstances for some of the players, like Sam McCallum hasn't done enough training, hasn't had he's had 3 months off. Dimi Giannoulis the same, Isaac Hayden the same. So we've got some players who've come into the game who are on the back of a lot of games in a short period of time and are probably lacking a little bit of what you need. I mean, I thought Sam tired towards the end, certainly last 30 minutes of the game. You know, but the players know, and they've had that message from me enough times now, that you know, we have to be better at winning the ball back. And I thought for 25 minutes we was really good at it, and I thought they had problems. You know, but the flip side of it, you know, if we take our chances, we win the game comfortably, because you know, Angus didn't have too many saves to make, in all honesty.
Yeah, to lose with a goal at that point and in that manner as well. I mean, that dressing room that you've just walked out of, I would imagine is feeling pretty low. Yeah,
it'll be feeling really low, and I hope so as well, because I think we've contributed to our own downfall as well. You know, I don't like seeing, you know, we've lost the ball a couple of times and they've got the other side of us and we stop, you know, or 2 or 3 of us stop. You know, we keep talking about being a good teammate. If you're a good teammate, you don't stop. You go and work hard to try and win the ball back, and we didn't do that today.
In terms of the break, I mean, that inconsistency in terms of in-game performances, is that going to be right at the top of your list in terms of things to work on with the players?
Yeah, I mean, the players, I've told them, you know, they're going to have a week's break now, and then we'll get back on the horse and we'll start working hard. And we need to come back a different animal, you know, after the World Cup, and we'll certainly work hard on that in Tampa and leading into the Swans again.
Frustrating in terms of performance, but is it also frustrating in terms of mood? You obviously will have heard the reaction of this place at the full-time whistle. We've just spoken about the players as well. You spoke about how you wanted a victory to move into the break on more positive terms. So does it feel a little bit frustrating in terms of that?
The reaction at the end, I would expect at any football stadium in the land if you can see the last minute goal that loses you the game. So I understand that. You know, but there were some real good periods in the game where we had the better chances and didn't take them. And I said to you before the game that Middlesbrough were in a false position. They're better than what we've seen in the league table. So we knew it would be a tough game. And in all honesty, I didn't expect us to create the quality of the chances that we did so readily. So it's a disappointing result and a disappointing weekend. But what we want to achieve is not insurmountable by any means.
Can I ask you about the Team Pukki change? Was that fitness related, injury related, or was it just a tactical change?
He has to come off. He said he weren't feeling great and he has to come off.
Right, okay. And Josh Sargent, I'm guessing he looks okay now?
Yeah, I think he is, but he just felt his ankle obviously with the tackle. You know, people think I'm berating the referees again, but we should have had a penalty at 1-0 as well.
In terms of positive notes, Gabriel Sara, that felt like probably another step forward in terms of his performance.
I thought his performance was good. He made some really good runs into final third. He looked after the ball really well, and that was a pleasing thing for the first 25 minutes. And probably what's annoying at the moment is that, you know, where our failure to look after the ball as well as we had in that first 25 minutes contributed in them having so much. But Gabby's getting better and better, as I said.
In terms of, and you've used the word control a lot, do you feel, and you've just said you need to come back after the break as a different animal, is that one of the major aspects that you're looking for, a bit more control, probably within games, between maybe those spells?
I thought we controlled the game for large periods today, certainly in the first 25 minutes, not large periods, for the first 25 minutes. But we lacked the energy, I felt, to get the ball back. Either side of half time, for whatever reason, I thought the subs gave us a lift again, and that created the chances, from 70 to 85. But if we weren't going to win the game, we should never have lost it.
In terms of the break, do you feel it comes at a good time for your team now? I guess you wouldn't have wanted it off the back of that result, but generally in the first half of the season?
I can't control that, so it is what it is. We just have to make sure we utilise the break the best.
What would your assessment, just finally for me, what would your assessment be so far of the season and where Norwich currently find themselves?
Well, I think today's performance probably is where we're at, a little bit too inconsistent. I think the 4 weeks now, what it gives us is the opportunity to get the players right, especially the ones who've had interrupted seasons so far with injuries, and come back stronger.
Good stuff, thanks Dave.
Cheers.
So just one from me, you said there you think Middlesbrough are in a false position. Do you expect them to be up in the mix for the top 6 come the end of the season?
I've no idea, I've got no ball to have a look in. Sorry mate.
No, just on what you'd seen.
Yeah, no, listen, I felt they were in a false position because just looking at the stats, they don't concede too many big chances, but they haven't been taking their big chances, and with the players and what I've seen from them, they've looked a good team. Cheers.
Are you hoping Josh has a good World Cup, or just not against England? He's got 9 goals.
No, listen, I know him on a obviously emotional relationship, so I want him to do well. Obviously, against England, I want to support England.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's obviously scoring goals. I think is he the joint top scorer in the Championship? Unless somebody else has scored some more today.
I don't
He's
know.
doing well, isn't he?
Yeah, no, he's done really well. As I say, he should have had a penalty today as well.
Is that the one down by the byline?
Yeah, 1-0. It's a definite penalty. But we've only had one all season, so I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, unfortunately.
Cheers,
Thanks
guys.
guys.
Thank you.